first plane hit Tower 1, I thought it was a Cessna that hit, and ran over and saw the damage.
We were able to see all the papers flying out of the window and flames shooting from the upper floors. I called my wife in New Jersey to let her know that I was okay.
And I'm watching this plane, and every split second it's getting larger and larger. And as this plane is coming towards me, I can see the U and the tail. And this plane is looking at me, eye-level eye contact. And the plane starts to tilt as it's coming towards me. And all I remember saying, Lord, I can't do this, you take over. I dropped the phone, screamed, dove under the desk. Every wall is flattened, every piece of furniture was broken. The only desk that stood firm is the one I'm hiding under. My Bible was on top of that desk.
My son Jimmy was a firefighter on 9/11, and he was assigned to Engine 4. I knew my son was working. His 30th birthday was the next day on September 12th. I went for my run along the shore down by Brooklyn under the Verrazano Bridge, and the planes had hit the towers. I went home, turned on my TV set, and I knew Jimmy was going to be down there. He was working right around the corner from the World Trade Center at the time, and I said, oh boy, he's going to be right in the heart of the biggest fire New York City's ever seen.
Good evening. Today, our fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack in a series of deliberate and deadly terrorist acts. The victims were in airplanes or in their offices, secretaries, businessmen and women, military and federal workers, moms and dads, friends and neighbors. Thousands of lives were suddenly ended by evil.
You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise like the day, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up.
Tonight, I ask for your prayers for all those who grieve, for the children whose worlds have been shattered, for all whose sense of safety and security has been threatened. And I pray they will be comforted by a power greater than any of us, spoken through the ages in Psalm 23. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. This is a day when all Americans from every walk of life unite in our resolve for justice and peace. America has stood down enemies before, and we will do so this time. None of us will ever forget this day, yet we go forward to defend freedom and all that is good and just in our world.
Bring it to his feet. Move mountains. And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise unafraid.
I remember walking the streets of Lower Manhattan that morning after the towers came down and just shaking hands and talking to people to try to buck them up. And it was obvious that people didn't care if you were young or old, rich or poor, black or white, Christian or Jew. It just didn't matter. We were all Americans. We had been attacked in a horrible way, and we had a sense of unity that tragically we don't still share today. And I think that's one of the sad things about this past decade, is that sense of common purpose, that love of our freedom that united us as Americans, not just on September 11th, but for days and weeks after that, kind of vanished.
On 9/12, we had a feeling throughout the whole country of patriotism, throughout the whole country. Everybody was American. We were all looking out for each other, black, white, Latino, whatever.
There was, at the moment of the attacks and in the days afterward, a kind of joining of hearts and minds and will in America to get through this together. And somehow that's begun to fray. And I think that's sad. I don't think it's a worthy tribute to the people who died, and it ought not to be our legacy. We have to find a way to rekindle that flame in some respect.